Welcome back, everybody. Today we got another Kevin Samuels classic. And trust me, this one goes left fast.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, yes. How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm good. What is driving black women crazy these days?
Well, I'm going to say a couple of things. I will say not having a father in the home. I will also say characteristics of the women of the baby boomer generation and the feminist movement and how that influenced their lives. And also, a lot of women, young girls, young women have not been taught how to date, have not been taught how to choose a good partner when while they're in college. That age of what did you say, like
You should be married by
20?
23.
Right. Yeah, I will admit myself. Okay, so I'm 46,
Mm-hmm.
and when I was 23, I was not thinking about a husband
You're
at
how old?
all.
46?
I'm 46 right now.
Okay, you say you weren't thinking about a husband? Of
At 23.
course not. You were taught not to.
Right. I was taught. I had, yes, I think I was a year out of college. Um, I started working in my field, and I was traveling. I was, living my best life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I felt the wall hitting me very early, like around 27. I don't. I just looked up one day and I realized most of my friends are married, and most of my friends had children or are expecting children.
Mm-hmm. So what? So,
So
did you ever get married?
yes, I did get married,
Okay.
but I'm in the process of a divorce.
Okay.
And that was, well, it's been 17 years.
Okay. Uh, why are you guys splitting? After all this time.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I will hold them to accountability. I didn't choose the right person,
Okay.
and it eventually became abusive.
Physically abusive or verbally abusive?
Physical, verbal,
To the
yes.
point to where cops are called and somebody's going to jail?
No, not jail, but there was too much arguing, too much stress, a
Any
lot of
children?
no children. I had some medical issues.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Well, you know, the chances of I would say counseling does wonders.
I have
I
been to
mean couples
counseling.
counseling because
We would
hold on,
we did that
hold
twice.
on. Well, and I'm gonna tell you, you might want to think about a third time because let me
Okay.
tell you out here, I'm gonna just be honest. You're 5 years younger than me. How tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
Dress size?
I'm going to tell you and be honest, I am severely obese, and I'm working on that, and I've
Then you
lost
got
21.
nothing coming out here except death by
I
yourself.
know. Yes, I know.
So I mean, I got to tell you, if you got a husband, you better try to figure out how to live with that man. You better get you about. Y'all need to figure out how y'all don't need to kill each other. I'm serious. I'm gonna be dead.
I know you
Listen, I'm gonna
are.
be
I
dead.
know you. I
I'm not gonna
know.
look at the chat. Listen to what I'm saying. Look, women in previous generations could not just divorce this casually. And then who? If you're really obese, okay, how much do you weigh?
Right now, I am over 300
All right, and
pounds,
how tall?
5'8".
All right, it, anything, a fall you could be incapacitated. Do you make the kind of money to have a home health care nurse twenty
No, I
four
don't.
seven? No. Uh, the medical issues that come along with being morbidly obese,
I
diabetes.
already have them.
Okay, then you, ma'am, you cannot afford.
You
Listen, one thing that tends to happen on this channel, guys, a lot is when I talk to older women, they tend to laugh at inappropriate times. That's a tell. I'm talking to the channel, ma'am. You can't afford to live by yourself. That's just the
You are
that's the bottom line truth.
you
You have no children. You cannot afford to live by yourself at that weight with your issues. Move into separate rooms, become roommates, do the Will and Jada. But if you think divorce is going to do what? You're going to just have to pay all the bills in that space by yourself.
So Kevin, may I
What?
say something real
Go
quick?
ahead.
Oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Nicole B, you need to
Um,
connect your microphone. Go ahead.
okay, so let me explain what's going on right now. I was the one that left,
Mm-hmm.
and when I left, it was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I left because it was a huge blow up, which if I did not leave, I felt that it could have been a serious physical altercation. And before I left, I was not in the 300 range. I was a vegan. I was working out. I was in counseling. I was doing a lot of things. And when I moved back down south, um, years ago, my I began living with my mother and grandmother because my grandmother recently died in November,
Okay. Sorry to
and
hear
she
that.
was
But I
99.
got 3 more
And
people.
she was
I need you to get to the
okay.
point.
She was 99. But anyway, getting to my point, I've recently gained 40 pounds in the past 2 years. That's what's
Is that
going on.
40?
I've gained 40 pounds within the past 2 years.
Okay, man, but you were still, that means you were
So
260 before you left.
right,
Okay,
you are exactly right.
ma'am, that's not a small
So
woman. So I don't understand
no, it's not. It's not
so what's
small. I know
so the point of telling me that story was what? You gained more weight?
I've gained more weight since moving back because I became an emotional eater.
All right, but the point of telling me that was, what impact would that have on you living like roommates with your husband?
Oh, right. Honestly, if I went back to my husband, I know I would lose weight because we worked out together.
I'm Are you sound crazy.
I don't want to sound.
You
I
sound
know I
crazy because
sound.
you just said if I went back to my husband, you would lose weight, which is a healthy
I
thing.
would.
Well, then,
It is a
but you
healthy
talk. But
thing.
listen, that's crazy. Then divorcing him is crazy because there's benefit to
Okay.
it. There's okay. You have benefit of having a man there who's already dealt with you for going on 20 years. You're not gonna find another one at 300 pounds. That's it. I
So
need to
Kevin,
stress that. And you're at the age to where you could die from heart attack, stroke, all these things. You need somebody around you. And you're saying if I went back to my husband, I will lose weight because we worked out together. Sounds like upside. See,
so
check the ego,
mm-hmm.
make a practical decision. I don't want to hear about romance. I don't want to hear about any of that. I need to hear about your hospice care plan. I need to hear about
Okay.
your in case of emergency. I need to hear about your medical coverage. I need to hear about your deductible. I need to hear about your job. I need to hear about your benefits. For a morbidly obese, nearly 50-year-old woman, you have serious health issues on the horizon. I need to know how you're going to take care of those and pay for those with no children and no family. Before you talk about divorcing somebody. That's what I need. That's what I need grown women like yourself to be talking about.
Okay.
That's what you need to be talking about before you talk about divorce.
So I understand that, and right now the only plan I don't have is the hospice plan. I do have the in case of emergency.
Right. Okay. And how much? Are you rich?
I'm not rich.
Are you making over? Do you over 6 figures a year?
No, I'm not making over 6 figures a
Do
year.
you have your retirement for 30? Do you have retirement, or you just working paycheck to paycheck like most Americans?
I do have retirement.
Okay. How much would you make in a retirement?
I'm currently working right now, and
Would you be making? Are you going to be living on pauper's wages, or can you really afford to live?
I could afford to live.
Okay, let's talk.
Okay.
How much would you be making on retirement on a monthly basis?
$3,700 a month.
That's broke.
Okay.
That's broke, ma'am.
Okay.
That's not even $50,000 a year and morbidly obese. That's broke.
Okay.
Okay, okay. There's no need to get defensive. What I need
No,
you to,
I'm
what I
not.
need you to
I'm
understand is you're in no financial position to be by yourself.
oh,
You would do better staying with your husband and living as a roommate. But you know
so
what? But you know
may I
what?
add?
I'm just
Okay.
saying, ma'am, you're 300 pounds, ma'am, and you already got health complications. This is a practical decision. I'm not asking you to go back and be in love with this man. I'm saying you fall down and can't get to something. Something happens. Have you ever sustained an injury, a broken bone, anything?
I have sustained an injury back in 2016.
What kind of injury? Nicole, you're next.
I slipped on black ice and tore my meniscus and ACL.
All right then. Well, a divorce sounds like
I don't.
a
So
very
may I?
a very irresponsible thing. Unless he just doesn't want you back and doesn't want to talk to you, doesn't want to deal with you, and just hates your guts.
It's
Y'all need to have a conversation.
okay. May I also add something to that?
Go ahead. And I need to get to Nicole.
Okay, so this is another reason why I left. He was not working. He has not worked in 9
Hold
years.
on,
And
Nicole. Let me mute you. Nicole, give me 3 minutes. I don't care if he ain't working. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care if he's not working. I mean, I'm
All right.
gonna be honest. I don't care if he's not working.
Okay.
Let me tell you why I don't care if he's not working.
Okay.
Are you gonna live in a one bed? What do you live in right now?
Right now, 3-bedroom home.
So can you occupy? I know you're a big girl, but you can't occupy all 3 of them rooms.
I sure can.
Then what the French toast is the difference? Practically.
The difference?
Yeah, what's the difference? He's not working. He's in one of those rooms, and you got your husband in your house, and y'all have an arrangement.
Okay.
You're paying the same bills, same mortgage, same utilities. See, this is what marriage really comes down to. What Will and Jada really did for the black community was great because they showed what it takes to really forget the fairy tale love and emotions. This shit is ugly and we ain't separating. Bad marriage for life. Well, guess what? You got a bad marriage for life. If he ain't working, that's what you married, ma'am. Stop making excuses as to why you want to divorce him and go die by yourself. Because, ma'am, you are 300 pounds. You had talking like you just, like you, like with a, I don't, do you realize that people are dying in their places by themselves and being discovered weeks later by the coroner in around this world? In Japan, it's rampant because people our age are not supposed to be uncoupled. We're supposed to be coupled so our kids can come check on us, our extended family. You're in your apartment. You have a heart attack in your apartment. You can't get to your phone. What happens? You die. How long you gonna be dead before somebody checks on you?
Honestly, a day.
Huh?
The plan that I have in place and the family and friends that I communicate with, it would be a day.
A day.
Honestly.
A day. So you mean to tell me
Okay.
right now that in a corona situation, if you don't talk to somebody in 24 hours, what do they do?
They call and check on me.
Okay,
and
they
I have
call and
my
check on you, and then you call and check on you, and they call or do they text?
They're calling, texting.
Okay, what do they do first, ma'am?
They are calling.
Okay, they call and you
However,
don't answer. They call and they don't answer. How long before they go to step 2? How long?
Probably,
What I'm asking you is how long before they really know that there's an emergency? Because most people call and give you a few hours to call back or text and a few hours to text back. See, it's rarely somebody call at noon and they're sending the police by to do a wellness check at 3. usually it's going to take a while. And ma'am, you know how long it takes before the smells? Do you live in a house? You live in a
I
house?
live in a
Okay.
house.
And you have neighbors on both
Yes.
sides?
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
3 days. 3 days is what it typically takes before a rotting body to start smelling to where neighbors on either side will be alerted by the smell. You know what that looks like when you go into that scene? And I'm saying this not to gross people out, because this is what's happening to our generation, because we were not coupled. In Japan, you're having, there's actually a term for this, where the
Hmm.
coroners are going to find people laying on their futons who have passed, who have expired. And the net of it, ma'am, is no one is checking on you that regularly to make sure you don't die. It'll be just to collect you, what's left of you. That's no way to live. And you can do something about it. So whatever is motivating you to sit back and say, well, I'd be better off doing this at 300 pounds divorced versus 300 pounds with a roommate of a husband and a loveless marriage, but at least he'd be there. That was part of the vows. And see, let me talk to the artist. If we can't get to that level in Black America, we can't have shit. Thank you, Will and Jada, for showing what it really takes. You got to be able to forgive and keep forgiving and give over. That's what it takes to be with somebody over a long period of time. We can do it over a short period of time because we just cycle them in and out. And divorcing in your 40s and 50s is foolish. There is nothing waiting for you out here except death by yourself as a woman, especially if you have some issues. So, ma'am, I hope you think about it long and hard.
I will.
I certainly hope you do. Thank you for calling in, though. Nicole, go ahead
Oh,
and unmute
thank you.
yourself. Thanks to you. I know it's hard to
You're
hear, but
welcome.
that's the truth. It's the way I see it.
I understand.
Leaving a marriage is a decision. Living successfully after leaving it is a completely different challenge. She's 46 years old, has no children, and is significantly overweight. She says she left her husband about 2 years ago and is now considering divorce, while describing the relationship as becoming abusive. Now, if there is genuine abuse, the first priority is safety. Nobody should be told to return to a dangerous situation. But Kevin's larger question is about what happens after you walk away. Can you support yourself? Can you maintain your standard of living? Do you have stable housing? Do you have savings? Do you have people who can support you? Do you have a realistic plan for the next 10 or 20 years? Because simply saying, I'm leaving, doesn't answer any of those questions. And this is where Kevin's approach was so different. He wasn't interested in giving her a comforting speech. He wanted her to confront the practical consequences of the decision she was making. If you're going to leave a marriage, you need a plan. And, gentlemen, this applies to men too. Independence isn't just the ability to walk away. Independence is having the resources and strategy to stand on your own afterward. And when you're approaching your 40s, 50s, or beyond, financial planning, health, housing, and social support become even more important, not less. Kevin also challenged her about her health and lifestyle. That's a difficult conversation, but the useful lesson isn't to predict that somebody will suffer a particular medical event. The lesson is, take your health seriously, because your future depends on it. If you're unhappy in a marriage, deal with the actual problem. If you need legal advice, get legal advice. If you're dealing with abuse, prioritize safety and professional support. But don't make a life-changing decision without understanding what comes next. That's the reality check Kevin was pushing. Don't just have an exit plan. Have a life plan. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and tell me in the comments. If someone wants to leave a marriage, How important is it to have a realistic financial and personal plan before making that decision?